Universal Studios is one of the best spots to visit in Hollywood, California. I took a warp pipe and got to visit Nintendo World. It's hard as a longtime Nintendo fan to describe just how cool it is being here. Everything feels so authentic, and even if the park is kind of on the smaller size, there's so much to interact with, like these question mark blocks. That's basically what makes Super Nintendo World feel like you're in a video game, and that's thanks to the PowerUp Bands system. There's all sorts of characters you can choose from, like Yoshi, Peach, Mario, Luigi, Daisy, and Toad. I ended up getting a 1-year anniversary gold PowerUp Band. It was really cool, though I will say $47 for these PowerUp Bands is kind of a lot. If you're in a family, just get one of them. You don't need one for every single member. That way you still get to play all the really cool games. I mean, take a look at these. There's an entire area in Nintendo World that's locked off. You need to acquire 3 different keys, which you can get by playing in those interactive games. Doing so opens a door to fight Bowser Jr. There's this entire interactive spot using AR, Augmented Reality technology. You're up on this massive screen and you see silhouettes of bombs and things going crazy. By moving your arms around, you can fight and take them down. It is so much fun. And of course, Super Nintendo World's got a shop. Take a look. And while we're shilling in the shop, I'll shill for myself. My name is Scoutmaster Demi, and I am so excited to bring you a new travel-related video every single week, including shorts. If you enjoyed this video, definitely consider giving it a like, and check out some of our other videos too, like when I ate the entire Sonic the Hedgehog menu at IHOP. I think one of the best reasons to visit Super Nintendo World 1 year after is that you can still eat at the delicious Toadstool Cafe, and the lines aren't nearly as crazy as they were a year ago. Every single food is decorated perfectly, and the interior is adorable. There's all these little chef toads running around with all these expressive reactions. And you know that they're the one who decorated the cafe with all these power-ups from the Mario games. Now, I went absolutely crazy with my food because there were all these little promotional items you can get by ordering with it. I got a question mark block sippy cup with a fire flower in it, extremely fun. My main dish was Bowser's Fireball Challenge, which was surprisingly spicy, but you know I also had to get a cream of mushroom soup in an actual mushroom power-up bowl. Wow, that's great. And of course I had to get a question mark block little cookie too with a bit of tiramisu. You and I both know that theme park foods are always going to be overpriced, but the food quality was actually really tasty. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought for sure it would be just a decent meal, but that Bowser biscuit in particular was so flaky and tasty. And you can see the meatball was big and substantial. Normally meatballs are pretty dry, but between the marinara sauce and that extra fiery sauce that I spilled all over the place, there was really a lot of flavor that gets added to it. And for dessert, that question mark block cookie was sturdy and so tasty. And just look at this mess that I left. I was definitely throwing in the towel at a certain point. Way too much food. And I'll keep the amount that I spent to myself. But without a doubt, the main reason to visit Super Nintendo World is the Mario Kart interactive ride. Even just waiting in the long line was super cool. Bowser went all the way out, decorating everything to the brims, flexing on this Grand Prix race that we're able to go on. You really get a sense of that with all the Mario Kart TV parts that are going around. What's cool is even before a helper starts explaining the rules of the race, you can see it up on the main monitor screens in a way that feels really thematic. But I think the funniest part about this whole area is just Bowser and his absolutely over-the-top decorations. He's got all these trophies from all over the place, all these pins and medallions that he's flexing, and there's no doubt that Bowser is probably the richest person in all of Mario's canon, so it's really fun to see him just go absolutely all out in a really long and exciting ride. Now, I wasn't able to film this part myself, but basically there's 2 aspects to the Mario Kart ride. On one hand, you've got your hands on a wheel that you're spinning around, even though you're on the rails yourselves, but then you've also got a helmet on that you use to move around like a first-person view, and you can fire off shells at the enemies that come at you, but you don't want to hit the Team Mario people. It's basically Mario versus all the Koopalings. Believe me when I say it's not too short, and between your hands and your head moving in different directions, there's a ton of replay value, finding little secrets as you're on the track, and with the PowerUp Band, you get to save your high score for the day or forever and try to get extra icons on your app. It's really a fun thing. And of course, you have to meet the main characters themselves. How can you visit a theme park like Super Nintendo World and not wave with Princess Peach and give your liege a little bow? Then there's Toad, who is so small. He must be a little person on the inside. He's got all this energy moving around. By far my favorite highlight. Although, of course, you have to give a nod of appreciation to Mario and Luigi themselves. Look, Scouts, a year and a half may have passed, but there's still so much to do in Super Nintendo World, and it's so exciting to see it still going so strong and having so much excitement and fun to be had. I would highly recommend anyone who's visiting the California area to check out Super Nintendo World. I'm Scoutmaster Demi, and I'll see you next Tuesday, Scouts.